Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be looking for closure from the narcissistic relationship. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'm going to jump right into it. First of all, let's identify what is closure. Closure is something that people search for when they experience something perhaps unpleasant or something that has happened, a relationship, a situation, the ending of something, and they want to actually finally, they understand that it happened, but they want to say their piece, or they want to be able to move forward. And closure is something that is needed. Like an example for this video would be, let's say, and I hope this didn't happen, but it's reality, it's life, but let's say that there is a death in the family, or a friend dies or somebody, and it's hard to understand, to comprehend that the person has left the planet, they're not here anymore. With this, of course, we must practice radical acceptance, which is another term that I'm huge on, a huge proponent of radical acceptance. But then once we understand that the person is not coming back, we need closure. And what we do there is we mourn, we grieve, maybe we spend time with loved ones, things like that. So that's closure. And closure is a healthy part of being a human being. We need closure. When something has happened in your life that perhaps you can't control, or you're looking for a way to basically say goodbye, let's put it that way. It's not saying goodbye, but it's a way to, closure is something that allows you to move forward. It's probably the best way I can say it. In the narcissistic relationship, you won't get closure. Just not going to happen. No matter who the narcissist is or was, or maybe, heaven forbid, you encounter new narcissists throughout your life. No, they're not going to offer you closure, because the narcissist, remember, they don't want to introspect. They don't want to be accountable. Nothing is their fault. They believe that everything they do, say, think, and act and behave is proper. And why do they believe these things? I'll tell you why. Because they only care about one person on the planet, and it is certainly not you. They care about themselves exclusively and only. Remember, they bulldoze their way through life. It's literally what they do. Maybe under cloak and dagger, maybe out in the public. There are many different kinds of narcissists, but the point being that at the end of the day, the narcissist cares about themselves. That's why maybe if you were in a romantic relationship with a narcissist, remember, they wore the mask. They fooled you. They manipulated you, the situation, the circumstances. Maybe they drained your bank account. Maybe you lost your looks. Maybe your social circle of friends, your job, the list goes on and on. But when the relationship in any capacity with a narcissist ends, most times it will end abruptly with a thunderous crash. It will just end like that. And you won't have any warning per se. You may know, yeah, something's not right here. Like, let's take a narcissistic boss. Let's be real. Most likely you don't get along with the person, and or you don't want the job, because the narcissist is taking credit for your hard work, your diligence, probably making you work on weekends, underpaying you, not giving you promotions, and taking credit for everything. Those are just a few of the things that I could go on and on about the narcissistic boss. But the point is, the narcissist there, when let's say you leave the job, say you found a better job and you've decided to move on. Say you're having an exit interview. Well, the narcissist, sincerely, they're not gonna, if you were with the narcissist, which was your boss in this case, for the exit interview, I can assure you, if you're actually letting them know what you thought, and let's be real, with exit interviews in any job, most jobs I would say, if you are completely forthright and honest, it doesn't benefit you. As a matter of fact, the exit interview, if you want my honest opinion, it's nothing but a formality. And yes, I do mean that. You can learn things from exit interviews, absolutely, but nothing's gonna change. In the business workplace, let's say your boss was a narcissist, they could have 100 exit interviews, and each and every person could say the same thing in different ways, but yet that narcissistic boss will stay there, and people like yourself will keep rotating in and out. That's just the way the workplace works. I know it's tough love, but it's real. But let's say the narcissistic boss is there with you on the exit interview, and you're telling them exactly what you think because you're free now, you don't work there any longer, it doesn't matter. They're getting supply from that. They're loving it. They're just sitting back and laughing. Wow, I really crushed this one. So that's an example. They're not going to say, you know what, it's been great working with you. I really think that they're not going to pump you up or say anything like, no, because they don't care. Getting back on track, the narcissist will not offer you closure. They just won't do it. because they don't believe that they have to, need to, want to. And again, they don't want to be accountable. They don't want to have to introspect and say, yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was a bully. Yes, I manipulated the whole relationship. Yes, I took from you every way possible. And I would do it again if you would give me the opportunity. That's what the narcissist thinks. That's how they are. That's how they behave. Remember, the narcissist needs supply from any source, any person, or it can be an event or a pet or things like that. But in this case, it's you. And what they want is they want supply. They want your emotions. They want your head spinning. They want you in the fog. They want you confused, bewildered, spinning around on that hamster wheel, working for them, literally and figuratively. No matter who the narcissist is, remember, the narcissist is a taker. They want to take. They don't think of anybody but themselves. So will you get closure? Let's say your romantic relationship ended recently and you're thinking of texting the narcissist. Remember, it's fresh. You don't have the information. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I'm extremely grateful and appreciative that you're here educating yourself. Welcome. But for this example, let's say the narcissistic romantic relationship ended recently and you want to text them and you're calling them and you're reaching out to them because you don't know any better and you don't know about narcissism. You have no idea. That's most people. What you're doing is, number one, you're giving them supply. And I'm not saying don't do this at all because you don't know any better and you need to do what you need to do until you settle down and understand it and get the knowledge, get the information and become awakened and aware. But when you're giving them all this supply, they're loving it. And most likely they're not going to get back to you. Most likely they're looking at your texts or your phone calls or however you're corresponding with them or trying to. And they're just saying, this is beautiful. I crushed this person. Look at how desperate they are. Look at how much they need me. Look at how worthless they are. And again, guys, I'm not trying to trigger anybody. I'm putting you inside the mind of a narcissist. They flat out don't care. And when that relationship ended, you may be, without the knowledge, you don't have the narcissistic knowledge, remember, you don't know what they are. When that ended, most likely you did reach out to them because you actually thought they were the cure. They had the answer for you. They could give you the solutions. They could sit down, have that cup of coffee and talk intelligently and let you know exactly where they're coming from. That is called closure. That is called what a healthy individual would do with another healthy individual, to sit down, to reminisce, let's say, to discuss the relationship, to understand that, yes, it didn't work out, but we can move forward and be amicable about it, and good luck, things like that. None of that will ever happen with a narcissistic relationship. It just flat out doesn't. The narcissist, most likely, if your romantic relationship ended recently, they probably took most everything from your house, meaning they took their belongings, or maybe they left a few things behind so they could hoover you at a later date. But they long are gone with new supply or new sources of supply. And now you are just another source of supply, past source of supply to the narcissist. Again, I'm not trying to trigger you or anybody. I'm speaking from my educational resources and letting you know that the narcissist won't provide closure. They literally can't provide closure. Even if you sat down and said, listen to me for 3 hours, we need to do this, they won't do it. They would be on their cell phones, they would be texting, they would be yawning, they would be asking, are we done yet? Why do I have to be here? They would be acting as if they were a detained person from doing something wrong and they're being detained and questioned. That's exactly how they would behave. Think about that one, play that one again. The narcissist only has time for themselves. Unless, of course, you are a valid source of supply and they want something from you, which is exactly the duration of your relationship with the narcissist. They wanted things from you until they didn't, until your supply ran so low that they figured, wow, this one's running really low on, again, money, looks, energy, health, all these things. So I think it's about time to get a new source of supply. I'll discard this one pretty soon. That's exactly what they think. That's what they do in every capacity. And just when you're healing, by the way, and I'm staying on track, but just when you're healing or you're healed, be prepared. Be prepared for the monster hoover, whatever that may be. What it means is this. It means you haven't seen them, you haven't contacted them, you don't think about them, you've moved forward. You have a brand new relationship, you have a brand new job, you're healthy again, your bank account has a couple zeros in it, things are looking good. And then boom, the narcissist can appear. They can appear just out of the blue. Why? Because they sense that you're doing better. Remember, they have flying monkeys all around you, whether you know it or not, and they probably created different, multiple sources of means to spy on you on social media. I'm not saying these are all these things are true, but it's possible. But remember, and by the way, we don't accept hoovers on the channel. Block them, delete, go no contact, remove flying monkeys, and move forward. Just close the chapter, it's gone. But remember, when the relationship ended in any capacity, did they sit down and intelligently speak with you and say, yeah, you know what, sorry, this just didn't work out, I get it? No. They took everything they possibly could from you, slammed the door shut, and left you behind for not in a good spot, let's put it that way. And they wanted you to fail. And they want you to fail now. And they will always want you to fail. Why? Because they, to the exterior, to the outside world, they are portraying an image that they're better than you and that they're better than everybody. That's what the narcissist does. But you know what? Inwardly, they're cowards and bullies. And they know that they're not better than you. And they know that they're not a good person. And they know that they do very mean and deceitful and manipulating things. They know this. But will they ever admit it? Absolutely not. Again, one more time, just look at any political arena all over the world, whatever country you live in, most likely, and I'm not saying all, but most likely the politicians in your area. Get my point? Thank you. So guys, will you get closure from the narcissist? No, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for it, please understand this will not happen. It flat out won't. And you may say, well, Andrew, what about this one? What about if by chance the relationship ended recently and the narcissist did contact me because I didn't block them because the relationship ended recently, and they said, hey, I do want to grab that cup of coffee. I want to sit down and talk with you. And I just really do. I think it'd be better for both of us. And if you know this person is a narcissist, think about it. Why would they be wanting to meet you? It's got to benefit them. They're not doing it to benefit you. So they probably have another trick up their sleeve. They probably are looking to crush you, to finish you off again, or say something, or maybe show you pictures of their new love interest, or whatever they're doing. But it won't be an authentic conversation that you have with a healthy individual. It just won't. Why? Because any conversation you had with the narcissist wasn't a conversation with a healthy individual. It was always you being gaslit, stonewalled, invalidated. You were being manipulated the whole time, whether you know it or not. You were. So, having said all these things, because the video, I'm about to end it, you won't get closure from a narcissist. It's not going to happen. I know it's difficult for many of you to understand. It won't happen. And if by chance, with the 1 in a trillion chance that the narcissist does want to talk to you, if your relationship ended recently, could be business, familiar, love interest, whomever, friend, they have an agenda. And it's not your best interest at heart. Keep that in mind. The narcissist cares about themselves exclusively. That is it. Guys, I'm going to close the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. God bless you. Namaste. Stay on the path. Stay blessed. Stay strong. Maintain your boundaries. Continue to move forward each and every day. Understand that you determine the direction of your path now. Understand that you are in control. You have the power. You are loved. You are beautiful. You are absolutely amazing. Do not let the narcissist anywhere near you. Understand you won't get closure, ever. It's just not going to happen. Practice radical acceptance if you can. Stay stoic, stay true, stay strong, and above all, stay on the path. I love you all. God bless you. I will talk to you later on. All right. Bye-bye.